What's up, my man?
Matt, good evening. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time.
Real long time. Over a decade, right?
Yeah. I think I bumped into you at like Meyer or something. It's so random.
Right.
Back to those good old Donato's days.
That's right. Yeah, we had quite the crew there, didn't we?
Yep. That was a pretty cool little posse there.
It was.
That was cool, man. But
It would never be the same. So, thanks for coming on to my podcast.
hey, man. No problem. I'm sort of walking around my messy house.
I like when people do that because it's there's more to look forward to. It's more interesting. I like looking at people's houses and then walking around.
Here's my boy. He's eating his food.
How you doing, buddy?
Park. No, he doesn't. All right.
How old is he?
He's two. He's two.
I have a 3-year-old.
So you know.
I do.
Know what it's like, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fun. You got to enjoy it when it's happening, which is hard to do sometimes, but
It's true.
you'll miss it forever. It'll be something that you'll cherish.
That's right, man.
I was gonna
Life.
tell you, my son, he's playing Roblox right now on Xbox.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He also goes to Minecraft, and which is really popular. Those two.
Yeah.
What do you
My daughter.
play?
What games do I play?
Yeah.
Usually I don't play anything new. Well, the only thing new that I play is Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing. We got a Switch when quarantine started, and we're just hooked. Like the whole family, pretty much, just passes around Animal Crossing, and yeah, that's the only modern game that I'm into. But I mean, like pretty much, like I'll play like whatever's in my garage, like 10-yard fight, or I got a Dig Dug sitting here that I haven't brought into the arcade yet. I like just the old stuff, So that's just kind of how I roll, I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you. Tecmo Ball, Bases Loaded, Mario, Donkey Kong, GoldenEye, James Bond GoldenEye was a big hit for me. SSX Tricky, which we're getting into the newer consoles.
In that game, man.
Yeah,
oh man,
love it. My first question to you: you're the owner of New Challenger Arcade. Where is that located?
What's that?
Where is that located? No, you're fine.
It's inside Mike's Bike Park, which is downtown on 1300 First Street in Dayton. And if you're unfamiliar with Mike's Bike Park, it's this massive. It's an old factory that he converted into this indoor BMX facility with ramps and jumps, all the crazy stuff. And he put me up on the second floor of his building, so that the idea was just that it would sort of be like an all-day fun center, for families, come in, BMX for a little bit, come in the arcade, play some games and pinball. And that was it, yeah. So, and we opened late November last year. So basically December was when we opened. So we were open from December until, March 13th or whenever all the lockdown started. And so now it's just been kind of sitting there. It's a challenge. But
almost a year old. Hey, what is it like to be running a small business?
I know nothing about small businesses. I'm a teacher, you know me. I've been teaching for 16 years now, 8th grade English. So English department.
Nice.
So I got into this business just really for the love of arcades. Really, and that's my love for the arcades, and I wanted kids to experience that because I did as a kid, and you just can't really take your kids to places like that now unless it's a bar, and I don't really want to bring my kids to the bar, but
right.
But as far as like owning a small business now, it's pretty stressful. I think given the current situation and everything, it's challenging, to try to make ends meet and keep the business growing and everything, but
yeah,
it's definitely not, I'm just kind of learning as I go, just trial and error. So.
I was just at Rephrase Recording Studios talking to the owner of that studio, Ron Pease, and he was telling me pretty much the same thing. At least we can all we're all in it together, right? You're not the only person going through it.
Right.
So that's the only positive I could really come out of that. But what inspired you to start up the arcade when it comes to, you said you've always loved arcades, but I know that you were putting some of your games in the classroom, right?
Well, in the school where I teach,
Okay.
Kettering Middle School. Well, here's the story behind that. It's kind of funny. I had convinced my wife, like, I think I want to open an arcade. I think I want to, amass enough games where, we have a legit arcade. But storage, I mean, I just couldn't store all these machines. So I was trying to have my friends keep them in their garages and stuff. And finally, I was thinking, I'm on this committee at my school, the PBIS committee, which stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Support.
Okay.
And it's basically, in a nutshell, it's about recognizing and promote and encouraging positive behaviors and interactions among the students. But you have to have a good reward system with a program like that. And it's kind of tough to, get middle school kids excited, about, you could give them like a coupon or something, but they don't care about that. And so I asked my principal, hey, I have all these arcade games. Why don't we set up a game room in one of the empty classrooms? And we could enter their names, whatever, draw tickets, you figure it out. We get the kids out of study hall or advisory, basically, so they're not missing class. And then the idea would be that they could pick a friend, and then they would be able to go up there for that period of time and just play, and then come back. As recognizing their good behavior. And at first, he was like, I don't know, as I would expect. But the more he thought about it, he liked the idea. And was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'll tell you, I mean, the district really supported it. Like they redid the electric and everything in there, so it was proper. We ended up having about nine games and one pinball machine, ping pong table, little couch, some old school tube TVs with like old consoles hooked up, like a Genesis and a Super Nintendo. Just
nice.
Just a game room for the kids. And yeah.
Have you seen a huge improvement when it comes to positivity with the kids?
The kids were really excited about it. It had only been around, the game room was around 2 years, and it was sort of growing throughout that time. Now, of course, now we have to dismantle it, basically, because we need the space and everything, and the kids right now aren't even in the building.
Right.
But hopefully it's going to come back, because it was unique. When you tell the kids, like, yeah, there's a game room up in the administration building, they don't believe you, and then you take them up to it was just fun. And then I also had a club 2 years ago. I was unable to do it last year because I was so busy with the arcade, but I had a club just called Arcade Club, and I would show kids for about, we'd spend about an hour and a half together, and for like the first half hour, I'd teach them a little bit about the machines, the ins and outs, get inside one and kind of show them, this is whatever your monitor, and this is your chassis, and here's your power supply, and just kind of teach the ones that were interested. And there were quite a few who were like, ooh, can I strip that wire or whatever? And then we'd go up in the game room and play. And that was a hit. I mean, that club was really popular. I had to actually split it into two groups because it was such a massive turnout. I just couldn't, supervise like 61 kids or something signed up for it. So and I miss that. I really do miss that. But, I'm hoping that that's going to come back. So.
Well, you're a great guy. Ever since I've known you, I've thought that, and you're obviously a good husband and father, it seems. So I wanted to switch gears a little bit. You have 3 kids? Is that right?
Yeah.
What are their names?
Well, I guess 4 technically, because I'm in a blended family here.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Hey, that's common nowadays.
I've got Kennedy, Keaton, Reagan, and Clarkson. Clarkson is my 2-year-old that you just witnessed there.
Yeah.
So,
what was
and they're all over the place age-wise. Oldest is 19. She just turned 19. 19 all the way down to 2. So my life is over, basically.
No, it's just begun. It has just begun.
Right, exactly.
Well, this here is my son Wyatt, and then I have a 3-year-old Wesley, and then here is my nephew Ashton, and we were at the arcade, of course, and pinball is one of their favorites. You mentioned pinball. What was the pinball machine that you had at the or arcade game? Excuse me, at the school?
They see me here in the shadow. The pinball at the school.
Yeah,
it was an old. Actually, I just took it out today. That's crazy you asked about it because I just there's two or three more machines in there I got to get out. It was 1974, 73, old electromechanical. It's called Hot Shot, sort of a pool themed, real old school. Like I'm looking at they're playing the Star Wars one there. That's like a new Stern pinball. Those are all the pins that I have are old school.
Yeah.
So
no, that's
not that I have anything against those new pins, but they're big time money. I mean, they're thousands.
The lights, the sounds,
yeah.